Hello, my name is Fiona, and I am a certified teacher and a Praxis coach with Study.com. Are you planning to take the Principles of Learning and Teaching grades 5 to 9? This is test 5623. This test covers 4 content areas. This problem set covers the subtopic content area of assessment. Let's review some of the types of questions you may encounter on the exam. Let's jump right in. Problem number 1. Which quality of assessment is impacted if a group of students take a science test about the different organs, but the majority of the grade is based on the student's spelling and grammar usage? Practicality, reliability, validity, or standardization? Let's look at each of these. Practicality. This is the efficiency in terms of time, assuring that students' assessments are relevant, doable, and contribute to their learning. This is possible because we're talking about a science test where spelling and grammar have more weight than the science. So this is possibly the answer. Next, reliability. This is whether the assessment provides consistent and dependable results each time, so we can eliminate that. Validity. Whether the assessment precisely measures what it proposes to measure. Now, I think that is actually closer than practicality, so I like validity now, because it's saying precisely measures what it proposes to measure. So a science test, that is measuring the science, not the grammar. All right, lastly, we have standardization, which is how the administering of the assessment and the procedures are similar, and that it is scored in a similar way for each student. So that's not what we're talking about here either. We can eliminate that, and the correct answer is, in fact, validity. Problem number 2. Which tool is best for a teacher to use to teach students how to be reflective, thoughtful learners? Self-assessment, unit assessment, peer assessment, or formative assessment? Let's start at the bottom. Formative assessment. This is ongoing regular assessments throughout a course that teachers use to gauge their students' comprehension. So that is not going to be the correct answer. Peer assessment. That is other students evaluating your work. So that's not going to help you reflect on how you're doing yourself. We can eliminate that. Unit assessment, this is the process of evaluating the learning outcomes of a particular unit or module within a course. So that isn't it either. Self-assessment. This helps students develop a better understanding of learning objectives, standards, criteria, and then how they are applied to their own work. It can foster self-awareness and self-regulation. When students evaluate their own performance, they learn how to critically assess and reflect on their progress and development. Additionally, they can learn to spot gaps in their comprehension and their abilities. So that is what's going to help students become reflective, thoughtful learners. Self-assessment. Problem number 3. Summative assessments do which of the following? Focus on assigning grades according to a benchmark. Monitor student progress while it is ongoing. Have the goal of improving student performance, or view evaluation as a process. What are summative assessments? The purpose of summative assessments is to evaluate what the student has learned at the end of a unit or at the end of a course. They can be tests or quizzes, and they usually have high value. An example of a summative assessment would be a final exam. The opposite of that is formative assessments, and these are usually low point value tests. They are a way for teachers to gauge the student's comprehension throughout a course. So going through these, view evaluation as a process, we can eliminate that. Have the goal of improving student performance? No. Monitor student progress while it is ongoing, that is formative. So we can eliminate that and focus on assigning grades according to a benchmark. And that is exactly what summative assessments are. Problem number 4. A 4th grade teacher spent a significant amount of time teaching fractions. They noticed that some students seemed to be applying the knowledge easily, while others needed remediation. In order to plan effective instruction, the teacher provided students with an assessment on fractions in the middle of the unit. Which of the following assessments is most helpful at this point of instruction? Project-based assessment, summative assessment, diagnostic assessment, or formative assessment. Project-based assessment measures higher order thinking skills. So that's not what's happening here. So we can eliminate that. Summative assessments, we've discussed this before in earlier questions, and that is a high stakes end of unit type test. We can eliminate that one as well. Diagnostic assessments. These refer to pre-tests where teachers evaluate the student's knowledge before they begin a unit. So that is not relevant here. And finally, formative assessment. Formative assessments are low point value tests usually, and they are a way to gauge the student's comprehension throughout a course or in the middle of a course. So this is the correct answer. I hope I was able to clarify the subtopic of assessment so that you now have a better understanding of the types of questions you can expect to find on the exam. Please remember to like and subscribe to this channel so that with Study.com's help, you will feel confident and prepared on exam day. Bye for now.